What's good, everybody? This is Infinite Sauce Talk. This is Ralph speaking to you live from my crib. And today we got a special edition. This special edition comes from a great idea that I had. And the reason I came up with this great idea was because I actually had a test run with my people that I was going to do the topic of preference versus standards with. And I kind of realized we have a lot of gold and a lot of things in the discussion that we have earlier and the present conversation that we had a week ago. So what I decided to do was take those conversations and obviously with their consent and everything like that and narrate it for you so you can understand different sides of the story, different voices, different thoughts that people have in terms of preference versus standards and everything. So there's two reasons why I did it this way. Reason number one was I felt like with the conversations I had recorded already, it had a lot of insight. And also with that insight, I feel like the group that have this conversation and had these conversations, I thank each and every one of you for it. I think it is better with a discussion than a whole podcast. And the reason I say it like that is because truthfully, my people love to talk over each other and they love to have their opinion. They're passionate about it. So it is not like a everyday like podcast where somebody can understand that one person's talking and the other person. We even had like a golden con system that didn't work. Like it was just people were passionate about it, but the conversations that was recorded, it was clear enough for people to understand which side was which. So that was part of the reason. That was the first reason why I was like, I decided to do it this way. It's like a narration. The second part is because I think we've done beat this topic to death already. So I'm going to do different topics with them and hopefully that they can get better with the podcast format and everything. So I decided to take these conversations and I'm gonna be a narrator, just like Morgan Freeman is the narrator for a whole bunch of things. I think in this setting, I would love to do this for you. And plus, I'm a little myself, so I just love to put my input in there, you know. But here it is, two sides of the story. One side is looking at if I'm looking at somebody, for example, if I'm looking at somebody with body counts or anything like that, any type of situation, I will have to judge myself first and then actually look to see if we are able to handle it. And most of the times we don't judge anyway. If we love somebody, we don't judge them and we don't give them difficulty in terms of looking at them differently. We don't do that because we have to look at ourselves. If we were to put it to simple terms, if I was a whole ass nigga, there's no reason I should be like, yo, you was a hoe, la da da da. You was out here like, oh, there's no reason. So we was the side that basically said, yo, you can't judge somebody for their past and everything like that, bro. You have to look within yourself and everything like that. And don't judge nobody on their past. Their past shouldn't matter. That was our side. Now my boy's side, like he's more passionate with his character and everything like that. He thinks that that preference, let's say for example, somebody was out there and everything like that, he has a choice to deal with that or not. Now the whole argument basically was if he has the choice, there's a reason why he has a choice not to deal with those type of people. Like we had a conversation about body counts and everything like that. Well, I have actually have several recordings. So this is going to be a series almost. I think a 3-4 podcast series about this. And the reason I put this in because it has many different voices, many different people that have many different inputs on this. But my going back to the point, my boy, he feels like he has a choice, which I would agree. Everybody has a choice to have their own preference. Like I stated before on the first episode of part one of preference versus standards, everybody has a choice. But that choice also has to deal with your character, has to deal with something that you feel inside. And that's the reason why you have that preference. So That's the argument that we have. And this argument went on for like, I think 4 recordings. So basis of it is you're gonna hear body counts, you're gonna hear situations, you're gonna hear everything. What we on our side basically is saying is you can't judge somebody off of their past. And some other people have that as a preference. And you're gonna hear us clash over and over again. And we were trying to find out why. Why do you have that preference? And this is where I go into these recordings. Now, the views and the opinions of other people do not represent me. Only I can represent me. Everybody else, they have their own opinion. So if you hear things that don't really sit with you, I apologize about that. But like I said, those opinions and views that are expressed, they are their responsibility. I can only be responsible for mine. So if you have any questions, any concerns, anything like that, just let me know. In this recording, I did a little bit of editing because there was a lot of names that were thrown in there. There was a lot of things that were thrown in there. So I had to cut a little bit to make it as clean as possible so that you can understand the discussion and the debate that we was having. So I'm not going to take any longer of your time. I'm going to play this, and here we go. Preface versus standards. The narration of a discussion. Here we go.
Just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying this.
Like, I live in.
Shit.
We all live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fucking 6 people that's like, yo, I hit that, and this, that, and the third. You know, 6 people, I hit that, and this, that, and the third. You know, fucking another 6 people.
I knew that about
I
still got with her.
You knew that about who?
I knew that. I knew she was that she fucked with dudes.
But you made a choice. You made the choice to deal with it.
She forgave me for my past. I did a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah, but you made the choice.
So why can't I forgive
Just
you
like
for
she
yours?
made the choice.
Why? If she was willing to say, hey, listen, she had 4 or 5 bodies before me, and I said I had 10 or 12. But listen, but she said, and I told her everything I've done, and then she said I can forgive you for the shit you've done.
But why you
she tells me
each other, nigga?
not like that,
like
nigga.
You did it to her.
You're not getting. This nigga's retarded, bro. Not forgiving. I mean, like meaning like she told me your past doesn't fucking matter. So I said your past doesn't matter, and I knew before she told me. Because the homies told me, and these are my homies that I know, they're my boys. They said, yo, and I said, you know what? So I'm going to see that for myself.
You made the choice for yourself.
So at this moment, my man's just trying to explain to the other party, my other homeboy, basically, I did some fucked up shit. I've made mistakes. Who am I to hold that against the other person if I've made mistakes? Now, the other person, which is stating, bro, but you have a choice of dealing with that if you want to. If you don't want to deal with it, if you want to handle it a certain way, you can, you can't. You have these choices. And my homie, which was, I was on his side on this, was saying that, yo, I can't look at a girl's past like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging her. Like, bro, if I was a piece of shit, I was out here whoring around, doing what I got to do. Like, why am I going to look at her like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, she was upfront with me. She said what she said. She said she was doing X, Y, and Z. Cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did that too. So I can't hold that against you. And my other boy with the other opinion is stating, but you have a choice. That's your choice. So in this situation, I think he's bringing up his situation, his experience on that. And he's stating that, yo, bro, she looked at me and she didn't look at me any different. So why am I going to look at her any different? And again, the argument is a choice. So here we continue. This is getting a little interesting on this. But what he's saying, and I agree with this part, is you're not strong enough to handle the past that she had.
Bro, I had dudes all the time.
Nor the past that you had. You know what I'm saying?
To let go of the past.
Correct.
To let go of the past, bro. Your past can be your past. It's my choice to deal with your past or not.
But why have to deal with the past if it's not bothering you now?
Because
if it was 10 years ago,
why would I want to deal with that?
If it was 10 years ago, nobody's ever talked about it.
Yo, but if it's somebody that's all the qualities match and everything that you looking for, everything, but her past fucks it up for her.
That's insecurity, bro.
Y'all niggas is bugging.
How we
Y'all
bugging?
Niggas is bugging, bro. That's never gonna be it. It's never.
How is we bugging?
We gonna have to have that conversation.
Nah,
there's never gonna be it for me.
How?
It's never gonna be it for me.
So you're looking. You know what you lived through, right? You know your whole life story and everything.
Sometimes he's blacked out.
That's fine.
Those days, I had to cook breakfast.
You know your whole life story and everything. You know what you've done, right? Somebody brings you their life story.
My turn.
And whatever the case is.
What do you mean by that?
This is my turn. Like, is it my turn? Or
damn, I thought you fucking playing finally. Holy shit. Domino champs and shit.
Right, continue. Ask your question.
You gonna look at her, you already know what you done in your life. You gonna look at her differently because she done whatever she done? Similar shit or whatever?
Bro, y'all keep saying if I'm looking at somebody different. Bro,
you are though.
I am not. She's not my girl. We just chilling and fucking around.
I know that part, and I respect that.
And this is the part that y'all.
Why can't you just chill with somebody? Why you gotta fuck around?
Bro, the whole point of this is that she's supposed to be on the route to being my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of the conversation.
Right.
I
forgot pussy was.
On the route to be my girlfriend. And I find out that I heard what you said. On the route to be my girlfriend, I'm deciding like, yo, I found out some shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to fuck with you like that. Now I'm going to just fuck you.
But would you let her explain it?
First would I let her explain?
Let's say Chris came up to you before. She didn't tell you yet, right?
You probably wouldn't even.
Like you guys are just fucking around, like you said.
You probably won't say so.
Listen.
I would keep it to myself.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a pivotal turn in the conversation because we actually was like, yo, if somebody told you the truth about their past, would you be able to handle the situation? And you find out that the other person is like, nah, bro, I want to dip. Like, now that I was in a pursuit of a relation with you, now that I found that stuff is my choice and my preference to step back because I don't want to deal with that. And then we turn into almost like a hunt to find out why. Why do you have that standard of not dealing with that when we know good and hot damn well you are the same person that the girl did in her past? And we were trying to get to that. And it started, I think, brewing more and more into trying to delve of why you make those decisions. And the word insecurity comes out and it's repeated more and more into it because the side that is defending the fact that we shouldn't judge each other by what we did in the past, we want to know why that reason is that you're leaving her when she tells you about her past. Yes, again, I agree with the fact that you have a choice. I agree with the fact that you can have your standards that is non-negotiable, your preferences that you can change each and any time. But there are decisions and reasons why you have those preferences, why you have those standards. And we were trying to get into that. Let's keep going.
Why wouldn't you bring it up and let her explain herself?
Why am I confronting her about her past? That's her business. If she wanted me to know, she would have told me.
What if she's not ready to tell you that yet?
But then we never gonna get there because
I
fucking found out
it's been 2 months.
Choice on my own.
So you tell me you met me 2 months ago, and you gonna tell me your whole life story because I met you knew you 2 months ago?
But this is my point, bro. This is my choice. It's her choice not to tell me.
No, I'm getting it's your choice to keep it to you because you can. I'm not saying you can do that if you want.
I'm supposed to.
But I'm saying though, why?
But that's already toxic, my nigga. Because if you want to be have a good relationship,
you're supposed to be
open about it.
Right. So
why can't you be open about it?
Why can't she be open about her shit right now?
Maybe she's not ready yet.
Yo, but
that's what I'm trying to explain.
But maybe if you open up, she opens up.
Maybe she opens up okay, you know what? Since he's found out, let me explain. It's not though.
Popping up different.
In this situation, we're trying to get the answer, but we know how my man's is. My man's is real stubborn in his ways, whether it's right or wrong. That is up for you to decide. We was arguing the fact that if Shorty wasn't upfront with her past because she's scared or she is ashamed of her past, her wrongdoings and everything like that, and she comes up with this guy that if you do mention that situation, he doesn't want to deal with you. But then again, in the previous break that I put in, if you heard it clearly, he said he still will fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a preference from putting you from a girlfriend into a mess around situation. So to put him in perspective, everybody has choices. Everybody has decisions that they make, and they put you in categories. Whether it's right or wrong, that is up for you to decide. I'm not telling you who you are right or from wrong. My point of view, I can't do that to you if I was the same way or if I had a past and I knew I did some fuck shit. When I'm talking to you, when you're dating me and we're courting each other, when you tell me something, I can't look at you sideways because you did a certain thing. Now, again, I repeat it again and again and again. You have every right to choose who you want to choose, how you want to choose them, and everything like that. But there's always a reason behind those preferences. There's always a reason behind those standards. And in this situation, we're like, the girl is ashamed of what she's done. And my man's is like, yo, but why couldn't she tell me? And we're like, why couldn't you open up? There's a lot of accountability and responsibility dished towards the opposite. A lot of times, this is not only a one-man situation. I'm not putting my mans on the spot, but you see this often where if I'm choosing somebody, then you're responsible for me making the right choice, making the right decisions, and you have to align towards my preferences in order for it to be successful. And if it doesn't align my preferences, then peace, I'm out. Like, no matter what the situation is, how deep you are in, you find out something and throws you off to a point where you're like, yo, I gotta go. There's a lot of people that do that. Whether it's, like I said, whether it's right or wrong, I'd rather for you to decide to see what's right and wrong, what's your choice, what's your decision, what you would do. But in my opinion, like I said, I can't look at anybody different. Like, my mom always used to tell me, you put one finger at somebody, there's three right back at you. Again, you point one finger, meaning I'm talking shit about you. There's three other people that's going to be talking shit about me. So who am I to judge anybody for what I've done? You know what I'm saying? Even with the atrocities that I made or atrocities I made, there's no difference. But my man's point of view is he has his choice. No matter what we think and how we are putting it, when we're trying to find a reason, it doesn't matter the reason. The reason is it's my choice to deal with it or not. And let's say we put a situation where the girl has been out here, ain't really tell him this, that, and the fourth. He finds out. And you heard my man's in the background said, yo, you're not going to tell her that you kind of put her in a category. He was like, you right. Because that's, some people choose that type of life. They'll handle things a different way. And when they handle things a different way, it's best for me, in my opinion, it's best to communicate that. But your mindset is already set. And especially with preferences, when you see these things, you prefer to go one way or the other. And this is, like I said, a difference of opinion. And we was going back at it for a while. And we keep going.
It's not that different.
It's really correlated to the same concept.
He's feeling insecure about his answers right now.
Who goes? I go.
You're going by.
Who goes? I go. I go.
Choice, bro. I'm choosing.
I got 5. He got 5.
Yeah,
So
but you're choosing
in a certain
not to,
way.
but
There you go.
you're choosing
Nah,
not
he
to
got
fuck
4, I
with this
think.
certain person because of the words of a
Ooh,
different
I got
person.
Cool.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So you're trying to be in a relationship with this person.
We're supposed to be trying for that.
You're working on that.
We're talking to get to that stage.
But now, instead of listening to her or giving her the time, you're not trusting her automatically because you're going to the word of this person that has nothing to do with this relationship. So right away, you're like, fuck you. You're not shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna fuck you. I'm not gonna tell you what I know because I don't believe what you said because this person already told me what you don't want to tell me.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm
See?
Now, totally different situation and everything since, the past is a big thing.
I like the little.
Should I be like,
Whoa.
You still gotta break it down for
the
two
next
details.
girl that I talk to, should I walk up to her and be like, so I OD'd 3 times. I was a drug addict and an alcoholic, and I got beat by my ex.
What you
Would you
should
like to
do,
go to dinner?
What you should do.
You can
What
talk
you
about
should
it.
Oh, by the way, my name is. And I said, oh, I know. He goes, you cool with that? I said, I mean, I've done this. And he looked at me like, you got a point.
Right. So you compared your situations and what you've done
No,
to
I
what
looked at it
she's
as-
done.
No one. I looked at it as like this. I'm be honest with you. I looked at it as like this. Like, if I can do what I've done, and someone can be with me after what I've done, and she's not done half the shit I've done, why the fuck does it matter?
Bro, that's stupid.
How is that dumb?
So you say he's stupid
That's so
for doing
stupid.
that?
I'm
No,
stupid for
I'm saying-
for
I'm
accepting
saying-
someone's past. Like, hey, that was your past.
You're
You
accepting
good?
her shit.
Yeah, I got
because
fucked
you're,
over.
because you're basing
I
it
got
off of
fucked over,
your
but it
shit.
is what it is.
But that's not how it should be. You don't have to fucking look at your own fucking backstory to make a decision. If
You don't
wanna
have
fuck
to. I'm
with
not saying you
somebody.
don't have to.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm
not
saying
saying you
I'm
have
making
to.
a choice.
I'm just saying that's
to
a
not
decision
fuck
people
with
make.
somebody just because I don't want to fuck with them. On
Not
that level.
because you just don't want to fuck with them.
On that level,
because, you
because
found
of the
that makes you
information
not wanna fuck with
that
them.
like, yo, why do I want to deal with that? Yo, I don't want to fuck
So
with
you're
them.
basically cutting off.
Like, yo, I don't, why
So
do I wanna deal with that?
you're basically cutting off anybody that had a higher body count than you did.
But this is the problem. Y'all focusing on the body count. It's
No,
just that, yo,
it's not.
her
We're talking about the
decisions, the way that she treats herself, the respect level that she has for herself, all of that shit is in play.
What if
bro.
that now
What
is
if-
all intact though, and that was just her past?
Bro,
Everybody's
those-
young and dumb.
Yo, everybody is young and dumb. But
So
at the
she's 10
same
years
time,
past the young and dumb stage.
We're talking about how you don't. Well, I think it's different philosophies because we're talking about how if you can't handle your own past, then you looking at
but
other
that's
people.
what I'm saying. I'm not judging my fucking past. Why do I give a shit about my? I know what I did.
Right then and there, yo, we should have stopped right there. You know when in Wolf of Wall Street, when Leonardo DiCaprio goes on the TV, he saw something. That's the, even just now, just hearing that now, we should have stopped there. And the reason I say that is because right there was the answer. I'm not looking at my shit. Why do God give a shit about what I've done? My opinion, the answer is right there. A lot of people do that though. This is not just him, and I'm not pointing him out directly. This whole conversation is because we had one side of the argument where we're like, yo, why are you making this decision like this? And he's like, that's my choice. And we're trying to delve into the answer why. In this situation, when he says, I don't care about my past, I don't judge myself for my past, is because he already made his mind up of who he is. And that's cool. That's no problem. And I think that's a lot of people on this earth as well. They made their mind up for who they are. So they're not going to consider anything different when they're looking for somebody. And this is everyday life where people just want what they want. And it doesn't matter what you've done, which is cool. And the reason I say it's cool is because if you already accept it for who you are, then yes, you deserve to look out for what you want. Now, mind you, 99% of the time, there are things that are going to come up from your past. And the reason why they come up from your past because it affects your present character. And certain things are going to go into the relationship and you're going to wonder why. And when you wonder why, that's when everything comes out. And that's when you don't like things. That's when you got to work and try to compromise and maneuver and everything like that. But some people just want what they want without the other person looking inside of them too. And that's a lot of people. And I wish people have, and this is an issue that we've been talking about for a while, open communication, where people don't know how to communicate or don't know how to open up to somebody so that they can understand better. We don't have a great amount of it in society, and if we did, we wouldn't be committing these atrocities in the world or the disrespect towards one another and everything like that. So it's interesting hearing somebody say that, and I just picked on it just now. This conversation happened almost 3 years ago, and to pick it up now and understand the reason why is because I've evolved into a person of looking into personalities, looking into opinions, respecting those opinions and everything like that, and understanding why. Not only just pointing fingers. Pointing fingers is easy, but understanding people why they react that way that they react, that is a whole different art. And when you learn that, you become more peaceful because you understand that those traits have come from a human being. Every emotion is different. Everybody is different in terms of that. So, again, I respect his stance and why he chooses that. But we, as people that we've come from our transgressions, our problems, our everything, and how we had to overcome that, we're not going to look at somebody anything different because we've known what we've done back then in order to become now. But again, I'm not here, and this podcast is not to decide who's right and wrong. It's to put out the questions out there to see what's your stance, what's your point, how do you think? And I think this is very interesting because we wanted to know 3 years ago, we wanted to know why. And there's answers within certain comments and certain things, and we just don't point it out until that point. So it's interesting how I found that out now. But we continue.
The fuck?
All right, if you know what you did,
That has nothing to do with her.
But you would expect
her choices to fuck with me, not for me to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she makes the decision if she wants to fuck with me or not on a certain level. Just like I'm making the decision to fuck with her. Y'all not realizing that it's my choice. It's not
arguing that fact.
But yes, you are. You're saying that it's me being insecure for making that choice.
You can make a choice to be insecure.
No, nigga.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can, but that's not. You're saying that I'm making the choice because I'm insecure.
Because you can't handle that past.
What comes with her past?
Why can't I make the decision and just say I choose not to deal with her past?
But what if she's not? What
how is that? How is that
nothing to do with her now?
insecure?
Like, I'm saying, like, her past is her past, right? She just cares about you so you know her past. She's not saying, like, you have to deal with it. It's already been handled. It's been done for 10 years.
But I'm saying, like, yo.
Well, then you're saying that I don't want to deal with her past, but the past isn't affecting you now. It's just she's letting you know what she's done in her life.
Right. So
you understand her more.
We said, her explaining it all. Are we going to be in a relationship?
I go.
And I'm saying, nah, probably fucking not, because I don't want to deal with that. You're telling me that my choice is me being insecure about having to deal with her.
Yes.
I think that's fucking stupid. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Let's be honest here. You're stubborn, right?
I'm thinking that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, answer my question.
That's not me being stubborn.
No.
I just think.
Just be honest with me. You're stubborn.
Y'all coming up with something sounds stupid.
I'm not stretching it. I'm not stretching it.
No. Let me ask you a question. Why does it sound stupid?
Because it doesn't make sense to me.
So how
does that mean I'm insecure for not dealing with her shit?
That's it. That's all you need to say. It doesn't make sense to you.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's it.
Then it's done.
So you look at.
It's never gonna make sense no matter what you say, because in his mind it's already set that it's not insecure.
It's not insecure.
You can give him a fact.
Choice made.
You can give him a fact that 100 out of 100 is gonna be insecure. He's gonna tell you no, because it doesn't make sense to him. You get me?
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
Confusion.
But it's
a choice.
I feel
made.
like
it's not.
I feel like that's.
But you can make it.
It's not me being insecure to make a choice.
I feel like the reason why
it will be insecure because pretty much you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I don't have to deal with this shit. Maybe I don't know how to deal with this shit. So let me just be out."
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not insecurity.
That's a self-doubt. That's a lack of confidence to deal with a situation, aka
so what you telling me? What you're basically telling me is that instead of saying like, "Yo, I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with it," fucking. Matter of fact, I should stay and try to figure it out.
No, we're not saying that.
But that's what it sounds like.
No,
because that's the other option.
What's to figure out though?
That's the other option.
She already aired it out. There's nothing to figure out. Everything's already there.
Let's see what happens.
Exactly.
That's the only other option.
And deal with it.
But now,
you don't have to deal with anything.
No. This is what you're telling me. So me saying that I'm not dealing with it.
Like deal with it like in the whole group.
But my question to him was, because he said like he doesn't want to deal with her past. I said, what if she's just telling you her past? You understand why she is the way she is, but her past isn't affecting her anymore. She's just letting you know like, hey, I came to this point, because this is what's happened in my past, and this is how I came over it. You
'Cause
get me?
after
This is
a
how I
while-
moved on.
But that's
You get
not
what
what
I'm
we
saying?
talked about.
No, I know I'm not
That wasn't
past
the
that because you don't
beginning of
get
the
that.
conversation.
You don't get that, so I'm past it because I'm not gonna argue with you because you're
But that
stubborn as
wasn't.
fuck.
But you see, this is what I'm talking about.
So I'm trying to
We
ask
jumped
you.
from
I just asked you a question.
One main focus to something different.
That wasn't the main focus. That was actually correlated to that because we said
Yo, you're correlating
we said-
shit, but it's not the actual
We're saying
conversation.
that, and I asked the same question 20 minutes ago.
Flick.
I said if the girl is perfect in every category that you know,
Mm-hmm.
and she tells you, "Look, I had a past. This is my past."
It's not affecting me now.
It's not affecting me now.
It's the past.
My past
But it was
is
just my
this.
past.
I was out here being a fucking thought,
I
getting
was
ran,
19. I'm
whatever.
30 now.
We could do the worst thing ever.
She's like 10 dicks in one day.
Correct. Do all that, right?
10 of them shit.
The 10 of them shits, right?
Porno.
Told you all that shit.
That's happening.
Told you all that shit. Yes, you're right, and I agree with you. You have a choice to deal with that or not,
Right.
right? That choice reflects on your character if you can handle it or not. That's what there's.
Reflects on your character.
Yes, because you're looking at yourself. You're like, oh, listen.
Do I want to deal with
Do
this?
I want to deal with this? Can I deal with this? Would I be able to deal with this?
Would you-
I'm not
You
able.
seriously sitting here
Would you
telling
wife
me
a porn star?
At this point, now you're starting to see exactly what the mindset is in terms of the argument of why that's my choice, that's my decision. My man's asked, "Would you marry a porn star?" I forgot the question, but it was kind of like if you marry a porn, would you marry a porn star? And the answer that was given, I was like, bro, but if you can do that, so then somebody that was starting out here that don't have, we got to a point where it's like, what? You gotta be fucking kidding me, because it's like, bro, if you have that sentiment for that, but you can't accept somebody that made a couple of mistakes, like, are you fuck? But like I said, let me take myself out for a second. That's my opinion. The first part of this little break session is my opinion. My opinion was like, that's kind of twisted. That's kind of almost like you're toxic. Like you're to a point where, bro, if somebody was out there just, you know what I mean, just willing to empty every desire that you have, you're with it. But if you have a reputation, they're not with it. That's our opinion. But in a neutral sense, which I'm gonna put myself in there, these people have their choice. They have every right to have their preference. They have their every right to choose who they want to be, act how they want to act, feel how they want to feel, no matter the circumstance or opinions of anybody else. It's just who they are. And some people live life that way. And unfortunately, we just have to accept it for who they are. You know what I mean? We love them, you know, just like we love our boy, whatever the case is. Like, it's the same concept. It's the same of, all right, that's how you deal with shit. Yo, we love you, my nigga. But that, yo, in terms of that, yo, we disagree, dogs. You're bugging. But that's your choice, your opinion, the way that you want to handle stuff, fine. But we still was like, bro, there has to be, and like I said, the more I listen to it now, the more answers I find out within the answers. But at this point, we're still trying to see exactly where the mindset is in terms of that. And you're going to see it here in a very different way. Let's get it.
would I wife a
A
porn
former
star?
porn star. Now she's not in the game no more, but she was a porn star.
Would I wife
That's a
Sarah
good. That's a
J,
good
bro?
scenario. That's a good
Would you
scenario.
wife? She was a porn star for 5 years. She's been
Don't
out of
say
the game
no.
for-
Don't say no Caucasian porn star,
listen,
nigga.
She's been out of the game for 5 years.
Yo, say something.
And she says, hey, she meets you, you love the way. No. In general, she's great to you. But 5 years ago, she was a porn star.
Oh, perfect example.
But now she's not.
Comes up to you and said, "I've been
No,
fucking."
because he has a connection with her.
No, I want
With his hand and his mind and his dick.
I want this.
With her, it doesn't count.
I want the answer. Comes up to you, it's like, "Yo, listen, you know how I am. This is my past, and I became now, let's say, for example, a clean
I'm
person.
out of the game. I just did it for the money.
Ronnie, you have the choice to accept her or not.
Yeah.
My
choice.
He's gonna
Your
say
choice.
yes because it's
Wait,
motherfucker.
It's my choice, my nigga. It's my fucking choice.
Yes.
it's similar.
Like I said,
It's not, though.
I agree with what you're saying. You have a choice. What we're looking at, what we're saying is your aspect of handling if you do choose to be with her or not.
You know
You
why?
know what I'm saying?
Let me explain why I asked that. Let me explain why. Before you go, I let you talk. Let me
Go ahead.
The reason why I asked that, you said the whole hood knows who fucked that girl, right? The whole world knows who
The
fucked
whole
her
hood
girl.
fucked the girl.
But I'm saying, but the whole world,
The whole
no,
hood
no, no,
fucked
no.
the girl.
But you also said they know who fucked who. You get me? That was part of it, because if
Right.
you, so the whole world done seen your bitch get fucking her back blown out for 5
That's
years straight.
okay. Now I'm blowing that bitch out.
So why can't you blow the girl's back out who's fucking around
Because
in the
I
hood?
choose not to.
Which is insecure.
It's not.
Go ahead, spell it out for you.
It's not.
You want me to spell it or sound it? Which one's better?
It is not.
Which one's better for you?
It's my choice.
Answer the question.
Why are you choosing that choice?
Because
That's
I
what
can
we're
fuck
arguing.
Nigga.
But you,
It's not Sarah J. It's a
It's
random
my
porn star.
random porn
A
star.
random porn star.
But she's great. She does everything you ever wanted in a woman.
Everything.
But 5 years ago, she was getting her ass blown the fuck out on Pornhub. In front of millions of views. But she's rich.
She's rich.
I'm choosing her.
'Cause she
my
got money.
nigga. It's my choice, bro.
But why is a porn star different than a girl with a
Yo, y'all
past?
niggas
Right,
is
there you
fucking
go,
killing
see,
me.
there you go.
It's different. Why
Is that
a porn-
not like correlated?
why is
Or am I
porn-
wrong?
why
If
is
I'm
a
wrong,
porn-
if I'm wrong,
hold
I'm
up.
wrong.
Why is a porn star different than who?
Why is a porn star who been fucked by a bunch of dudes on camera different than a girl's been fucked by a bunch of dudes off camera?
It's my choice.
But what's the difference?
There isn't one. It's still my choice.
But why you pick the porn star, not the girls? That's what
Because I
I'm
want to
saying.
fuck a porn star.
That nigga's an
That's
asshole.
insecurity,
That's
bro.
an
No, it's
asshole.
not.
You see this cup?
It's not.
That's-
It's
It could be in your fucking
at
hat.
the
Yo, hold
end
on.
of the day, it's
Magic
still my
trick.
choice.
Can I tap in this man? Because I know he got some shit in
It's
his
having to
head, bro.
Confucius. Buddhism.
Is it
I-
not
I
still
just
my,
want-
it's the same choice. It's the same choice.
We're talking
One
about.
I'm saying yes, one I'm
We're-
saying fucking no.
We're talking about.
What
No,
the
you're
fuck
saying
is
there's
the
no
difference? They're
difference.
both being
There's
fucked.
no difference, but
We're
there's a reason
talking about
why.
why.
But
We're
But there's
talking
a
about
reason why you're saying
why.
yes to the porn star and
Correct.
no to the girl.
Why?
You just said it. 'Cause
There
That's
is
what
no
we're
difference.
arguing.
But you said you're saying yes
I want
because
to
she's.
fuck the porn star. It's my choice. I want to fuck
But that's the
that
difference,
bitch.
though.
I want to fuck that bitch. It's my choice,
The
man.
thing is here,
Isn't it? Fuck.
it's such a fucking thin line.
He just wants to fuck.
No, we're not even
It's not
arguing
just
that
fucking,
part.
it's, I have a choice.
To be honest, you
Well,
picked the wrong
that's-
example. A porn star, this name will go for. You
With
know
this-
that. You know that.
But he's trying
Wait,
to
say what you're saying.
Like the whole situation, it's a fucking very thin line of the argument.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
One has a
because
professional, the other one didn't.
No, he's trying to drag.
Fucking
He's
dumbass.
No,
trying
he's talking
to.
about the porn star and the regular girl.
No, he's saying
He's
that
saying
it's a
in
thin
general.
line
No,
between
the
a
whole-
choice and between being insecure.
No,
the line
it's
right
his
there
sample.
is thin,
It
and
is
that I agree with.
fucking extremely thin with this whole situation. Because, like, yeah, you have a choice. And that's preference. But now, what's the choice based on?
That's what you're arguing about.
But if the choice is based on something that has
Somebody.
nothing to do with like okay, what she was willing to get fucking a train right now since you want to use a porn star.
Word.
She was willing to do that. That becomes a preference.
Now, we have this great input by my man's out of nowhere, and I had to call him because he was quiet. Usually he gives like this abstract point of view and everything about the preferences. How is it thin line? How it's thin line between insecurity and a preference, which I feel like he's on the borderline of insecurity, but that's our opinion and everything like that. Neutral wise, everybody has a choice. Again, we're going to repeat it over and over just to give you a gist of it. But in the next segment, this is where I warn you. I actually edited this a little bit because it does come with a situation where it's unfortunate. My sympathy goes out to those people that have went through those situations and everything like that, and hopefully you don't get judged off of those type of situations and everything. But like I said, my man has an abstract point of view, and he brings this up in terms of that. So there's a couple edits just to not bring up those words in this podcast, or hopefully because they do it on YouTube where they cut out certain things, certain words can't be said and everything like that. So I had to do the same thing. But again, these situations do happen and they have to be accounted for, unfortunately. So he does bring this up. This is where we kind of in agreement with everybody, where in these situations you're not going to count that against that person. If an unfortunate situation happened to them, they have no control over it. We can't hold them to that type of situation. We can't judge them off of that. Unfortunately, that is the outcome of those things, and we only can sympathize them and give them as much support as we can in terms of that. But I'm gonna let him ask the question. You can make it out. Again, my discretion. If you're not comfortable with this, I apologize, but this was brought up. This is a topic where it is realistic, unfortunately, but this is a topic that it gets a little deep in terms of that.
Now, if she wasn't willing, and I'm gonna go back to the
Nah, see, nah.
But then it makes it crazy.
No, it doesn't, because listen, can I deal with dating a girl that been and going
This shit, well,
That's a good, no, he brings up a good
I
point,
get
though.
what you're saying.
But that's
I
the
get-
whole insecurity. Like, that would be the only way an
That's all I was trying to
insecurity
get you to
could play
understand.
out. Is if there was like a bad experience or something.
An
Not
extreme.
just because like
No, I'm not saying that.
An extreme experience? Because it's extreme.
No, he's just saying in general.
See,
Any doubt
okay,
for you?
here we won't go because
Because I
this
feel
shit
like-
happens constantly too.
I feel like it's a thing.
Your girl, the girl you're going out with, you have this girl and this girl. This girl willingly did drugs. This girl was drugged into becoming an addict, but this girl's an addict.
Mm-hmm.
The thing of not dating this girl that decided to do drugs on her own, that's a preference.
Just shoot that. Yeah,
The one that didn't have the choice and got forced into it,
That's
that
insecurity.
becomes an insecurity because it's like, how do I
He's
deal
got a
with
point
this?
though, because the reason why I say that is because you said it like what was like,
That's
you know,
what I'm saying. Like,
you have your preference,
You can't
but yes,
have
you're entitled to
insecurities
that.
without a fucked up situation.
Like, you're entitled to your preference, but it's the reasoning behind your preference and what made you make that decision is where the insecurity comes in.
That's what I'm.
Your
That's what
insecurity was you can't do it because you know that everybody in the hood fucks your girl. That's an insecurity.
That's what
right?
we're arguing about.
Admit that. Come on.
The shit
Come on, you
that
just said
you're
it.
saying
That's what
is
we-
that, yo,
I'm
she
giving you a
got-
bone.
She
I
got
want you to bite
paid
it.
for fucking sex.
No, I'm not
We're
saying
not
that.
talking about
we're saying-
that,
I'm
man.
talking- I'm just saying your reasoning.
Read the
Nah,
porn
we
star.
can't forget the porn star now.
You just want to fuck a
Oh,
porn star. I
no,
get
my
it. I
nigga.
get it.
Oh,
I
no.
want to fuck a porn star too.
Now you need
I
to
wanna
have
fuck
the
a porn
No,
comparison.
my nigga, no.
Bro,
that
We're
wasn't
trying
really
to
what I was
track-
going for,
No,
but
the
we'll take it.
example.
I'm
fucked it up.
choosing
You
not
fucked
to
it up, what you said.
deal with her.
I forgot it's Vince.
I'm
It's
choosing
horny.
not to deal with her.
Nigga, we
What
went
he
porn
said-
star
what's-
and
but
then
But what's
we-
making you make that decision?
Based off of what he said, out of the two girls that I would fuck with, out of those two girls, I would fuck with the one that wasn't able to fucking make the decision to use
That was
drugs for
forced.
herself. She was forced. I could work with that. Right? You chose to do that shit. So of course, bro, it's not my insecurity that tells me don't fuck with
That's
the
not.
one that
That's not
chose
what.
it.
That's a preference. I'm saying the reasoning behind your
The
choice.
reason behind
Bro,
that.
the explanation is
I paused it briefly because we go from the situation that my man was talking about before about the preference. If something happens to that lady, would you judge her on that or would you take her? Then we transition into a situation that really happened. Like I said, I edited these things so that nobody would get implicated, nobody would get snitched on or mentioned in any type of way. These are put to teach and show different opinions in terms of this. And it goes along with the preferences. What would you prefer if you found out that somebody was out here? And in the one situation that we mentioned, this is the question.
everything.
Situation you said the reason why you wouldn't do it is why.
Because she was getting her ass
The
busted.
explanation is everything.
That's
bro.
exactly what
you
she
said.
said.
Because the hood fucked
You
her.
You said 'cause the hood fucked her.
Do you
Right.
get where I'm at
You
with
get
my
me?
choice and my
That's right.
choices?
No, I get it. I
yo,
100%
in
get
the
it.
explanation of what it is that happened,
I get both sides of it.
but it's still a choice
I
he
get
made.
that it's your choice not to date her, but I do get the insecurity like of it, because you do know people that fucked her,
Exactly. And they're gonna come to you and fuck around with you like, oh, I hate that.
and if you hang out with these people, it's always going to be like, how do I deal with this?
Will I bring
How
my
do I
girl in front of
face it?
them?
How do I
Will I
face
bring
it?
my girl here to chill
But at
with
the
this nigga?
same
Hallelujah.
time,
That
if
would-
you're-
that would
but
be
at
the
the
question,
same time,
but that's
but
not-
if you're not going with that, then it's choice. So it's preference.
No, yeah,
Bro,
it's
at the end of
a
the
thin
day,
line. It's a thin line.
That's the
But the
part
reason
that we
why I
have to
asked
agree
was
to
because
disagree.
we'll throw the porn star out the window. We're just going
The
back.
porn star shit is out the window.
So we're saying
Shit.
we're saying you said the reason why you wouldn't do like a is because you know that the people in the hood, your right hand man's told you that everybody in the hood then smashed your girl, ran trains on your girl, right? You said that's why you wouldn't do it. That's your choice behind your preference. You get me? The choice on why you made that decision to have that preference. That's where I say the insecurity is. You get me?
I hear what you're
I'm not saying you personally. I'm not saying you personally have an insecurity with it. I'm saying that you can see why that would be deemed as an insecurity, right?
No.
You just fucking said yes. Did he not just say yes? Or am I fucking tripping?
Oh
You
my
just
God,
did he not just? Am I fucking Mike? Am I wilding?
son.
I'm not wilding, right?
Yo.
Am I wilding?
Yeah, I got you. I got proof.
But am I wilding? You got proof?
I got proof.
You gotta
while
know
I'm in
what?
the yoke.
It's such a fucking thin line
Dude,
because that doesn't have to be
so let's say
his
you,
insecurity.
so you dating
It
her.
has to be if I'm insecure about it, then like
What
The fuck?
we're saying is the why. The why of why you decided
The
to.
why is what makes you insecure.
Correct.
That's
That's what
what
we're
they're saying.
saying.
That's what they say now.
That's-
But if there is no why and it's just like I just want to date a girl like that.
because of
That's
what?
the reason, though. You have to have a reason why you make a decision.
That's
so
what
why
I'm
would
saying.
that make me insecure?
Because
That
you.
wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't make me insecure for making a choice to say
And
that
then-
I don't want
then-
to. I don't want to be
then-
involved
At
in
the same
that.
time,
Why
that
don't
could
I
just-
want to
But at
be
the
in?
same time, that could just be like that's just not my type of person. I want
Exactly.
To be
I
around.
don't want to deal with that type of person.
That's what I'm saying. That's by preference.
The
That's
fuck?
not.
That's a
Well,
choice, man.
the
It's not no
insecurity.
fucking insecurity.
You know. But that's what I'm saying. Like
Just like, yo, it's like-
But that's the why.
It's the why.
The why?
Is it
Why
just
is
that's
your
not the
persona
type of person?
being a dickhead that you are, right? A whole nigga, right?
You see, not a disrespect.
Being a whole nigga,
disrespect.
being a whole nigga, and not respect somebody that was the same way, and choosing not to be with her because that's what we arguing.
You ran game, but I ran better.
You ran game and she ran better, and you don't want to be with her because she ran game. That's what we arguing
I
about.
don't know what y'all talking about right now.
What is that? You're 50 and 25. That's a,
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a double standard. That's my
That's
double
That's a
standard.
super
That's
double
my
standard.
Because you said that a girl got the same amount of body, but then you said that you would think a 35 is good for a girl, but 50 is good for a guy. You get me? That's why I said that.
Yeah, that makes
at
sense.
the age of 30.
You kind of
So-
contradict yourself.
Dude, I was
my
over
thing-
50 at the
My
age of 30.
thing, my thing. Okay, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
he
my
was
thing
well
is
over
that
So you don't like me?
my.
Yeah.
You want to sleep with
You're a
me?
dude, bro. Well, I couldn't take your butt. That's what you telling me?
hell no.
That- It would just be that. I would just take your butt.
for that guy.
Nah,
I
dog.
just take your
Nah,
butt. You know what I
dog.
mean? My
I
thing-
give. I don't take.
My thing that I keep saying is that the double standard is there because I have an ideal of what a woman should be in my eyes. So therefore, I would not choose to fuck with a girl
Well, your
that
idea
didn't
sucks.
have the. I would not choose to fuck with a girl that didn't have the same respect for herself that I see for my woman. That's not a fucking insecurity. That is a choice consciously made by myself.
Yes, and I agree with that. But then that's when we gotta agree to disagree. Where why can't you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Because I don't want to.
but you're looking at.
I just told you, it's
You
my
gotta look at-
ideals.
You got-
It's my
There's
ideals.
the reason why you don't want to deal with that.
But that's not insecurity. That's a choice that I consciously made. Y'all niggas.
Yo, it's like
yo,
me-
you gotta have this fucking thing.
Yo,
Bring it up, bro. Bring it
You're not
the
invited
fuck up.
because you don't show
yo,
up.
I'm gonna be there.
Who's calling you?
Oh, you're showing
I'm
for
gonna
that.
be there.
Special
Hell
guest.
yes, I'm gonna be
You're
there.
showing for that.
Hey, we call and see what happens.
We call. I want to be there when Chris had a conversation. That's what I want to be there.
because he's gonna be like he's yo, he's gonna be
You
like
can't judge.
he's gonna be like yo, son, I was a whole ass nigga. Why the fuck am I gonna look at her and tell her
Exactly.
I can't be with you? I can't be with you because you was a hoe. I wasn't. Like that's fucking stupid.
He's gonna say that part, exactly that part, and I'm gonna be like, all right, that's his choice. That's his choice to look at his own self and be
But the
like,
reason-
yo,
but-
I did this, you did that. Why would I judge you?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of the recording because I think they went up to smoke and whatever. We played dominoes, and we actually played dominoes within that session of talking. We stopped for a little bit because I think that whole situation when you was hearing it in the middle, we was getting deep into it and everything. We really was trying to find out why he thinks that way. There are future recordings. I have like 3 other ones where I will dissect and narrate as well, because this topic is real and it's passionate and it's deep to the point where it's not only because you have a choice, it's also the why behind it and why people have their preferences and why they set their standards as law in certain situations and they won't change them whatsoever. They're non-negotiables. So there's certain people that, in this case, my man's here with the choice thing, he has his preferences and standards as law, and I told him that, and he agrees because that's what he wants and that's what he is willing to take for his life and for his future wife, spouse, girlfriend, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he wants. So there's no change in that. It's just we were trying to find out the why, and we diagnosed, well, lack of better term, diagnosed. It's kind of, I want to say, in my opinion, insecurity, because really you're really scared of somebody having a past, basically. Because I think in those situations when somebody's like that, is because they have skeletons in their own. And usually when that happens, when you're insecure about yourself, you get to a point where you're like, you don't want to really deal with anybody else's shit because you got your own shit going. Again, these are my opinions. But to talk in a neutral sense, without giving my opinion, everybody has their own way of thinking and their own way of life in terms of how they want to live it, how they want to view somebody to be their significant other, how they choose their preference to be, so that they can go and pursue that person within their guidelines. This is what preferences and standards are. There are guidelines to what you follow, to what you want. And you have a certain, like I said, preference is a choice of what you want. Standards are non-negotiables. They're things that you won't change on, that they're law. Some people have preferences, in my opinion, I have preferences separate from my standards. There are certain non-negotiables that I won't bend on. My man's that has the choice argument, he has preferences and standards as his law, and he won't change that. And that's okay. Everybody has a different opinion. And this is the beauty of it, that we have different opinions that we can discuss as human beings, these type of situations, and we try to find out what are the right and wrong preferences, what are the right and wrong standards, and we try to debate this. And this is all opinions. Again, let me repeat it, it's all opinions. Everybody has their own way of living, everybody has their own way of life, and everybody should respect each and everybody's opinions to these respective topics and everything like that. I want to thank everybody that was included in this recording and everything like that, for giving an opinion and giving an input in terms of this. This was 3 years ago, and I recorded it kind of like on the fly. I don't even think they noticed it, but I told them I recorded and everything like that and let them listen to it for a bit. I have more stuff coming. There will be a part 3 of this, because part 1 was my monologue, part 2 is the recording. Part 3, I think, will deal more with the body count part, and we do have a discussion and a recording as well for that. So I'm going to look into that more. The next couple of podcasts will be narrations of these things, just of opinionated piece, and also you're gonna hear other people's opinions on what they think of this topic in terms of preferences and standards. This was about somebody having a past and seeing if that's somebody's preference to deal with it or not. The next one should be about body counts, and I think more specifically the double standard of it, if I'm correct, or the continuation of different opinions on preferences versus standards with dealing with somebody's past. We're going to try to work everything out. I just had an epiphany just now. I know in the middle of this recording, it was actually requesting one of my brothers to talk about this topic, and I don't think in the recordings that I have, he is not on there. So I will actually have another test run, probably on the same subject or probably in a different way. But I want, like I said, every opinion counts, every thought counts. So we want to get everybody's opinion and everybody's difference as much as possible. So for you, my brother, I'm gonna try to set that up whenever we can, and then that could be part 5 because part 2 was today. Part 3, part 4, maybe part 5 probably will be the mock run or test run, or hopefully when niggas would get their shit right, we could get a podcast episode going in terms of that. But I thank everybody again for their opinions, for their input and everything. I'll probably hit you with an episode next week or the week after. Hopefully I could get some time next week to do it. And then from there we will proceed with this topic for a good bit. I appreciate the permissions and everything. Love and support as well. It's well much appreciated. Love y'all for real. We're going to keep on going, and we're going to keep on going until it touches somebody, until it reaches somebody and makes a difference. That's the whole purpose of this. So it's all love, all blessings. See y'all next week. This is Infinite Sauce Talk. And we out of here.